PS4, obviously. So yeah, kind of been looking at this game for a while. Never got it because I thought it looked flat until I actually seen it. And like, oh, it looks pretty cool. I like it. So, we'll show you what I have. If you would look, expand here. You'll note I got escape mode, which allows me to be a prisoner trying to escape. I also got second chances. I've been thinking about getting psych ward because this one's pretty cheap. But I don't know if I want that just yet. Just do this. You do get World of Wardens as well. These are course. These are other prisons around. Keep an eye if it tells you like psych ward means. So you gotta have psych ward, I think, to do it. You gotta have that DLC installed. So we're going to prison stores, and what prison stores is, these do seem to connect. I did that one, I'm planning doing that one. Now we'll do it for you all. So we've been contracted to build an execution chamber at this prison. It's also kind of teaches you how to do this stuff, so it's a good place to start. In time for the scheduled execution of one Edward Ramsey. He's currently serving life for double premeditated murder. In this chapter, you will learn the basics of construction room requirements and utilities. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen this done. Electric, sure, but trust me, you don't want to. I seen it on the it's called Faces of Death. Interesting, this guy seems to be the only maximum security in this whole place. I know that does happen for death row, but usually death row is separate. This guy's not separate, he's in this cell near the rest of them. This is unusual. You don't want you know, if anyone plays this game, you know you don't max and rest. I do like that setup right there with the perimeter wall there. So teach you. Say there's the guy getting his last rites. He gets to a priest. So again, really introduces you to the building, all this stuff might help you. If you don't know what you're doing, this is really a great place to start. This is a tough one. There's a prisoner incarcerated at this facility who's been convicted of a double murder and sentenced to death. That's where we come in. We've been contracted to construct an execution chamber in time for the guy's big day. This is where I want the new facility to be built. I guess that's the yard over there. I don't know. I'm liking. First step with any project like this is to construct the building itself. We need to make sure we have enough space inside to fit all the rooms we require. In this instance, we need an execution chamber and a cell. So let's get started. To construct a new building, press left to open the construction menu and then select structure. From there, simply select building brick, position the cursor where you want to start the build. Hold X and drag out the shape of the building you want to create. Okay, so it's basically showing you. This is one way to do it. I usually like a diagram to try to lay out my prison first. Okay. Your workmen are responsible for the construction of buildings. They'll collect the steel and concrete from the storeroom and take it to the construction site. They use these raw materials to build the foundations and framework of your new building. This is the slowest part of construction, so you should plan ahead when you build new facilities. While we wait for them to finish, let's take a look around. Use right to move the camera. You can. I think it's a nice little prison, don't get me wrong. I don't get what. Oh, security. Oh, I was about to say what? CCTV monitor. I was about to say it don't make sense. But I've done it. I want the time to go by faster. It's also a great time to do that. Speed your time up. When that's over, it slows down automatically once he makes this call. We need to be able to get in and out of buildings, so let's add an entrance. Build a large jail door into the south wall. Build a jail door, press left again to open the construction menu, then select walls and doors. Walls and doors menu, open simple select large jail door position. The cursor inside the highlight rectangle and press X to build the door. Okay. They actually tell you where. Now, normally it's a lot more complicated than this. Trust me. Okay. Oh. As I said, we need a cell and execution room inside our new building. Partition the space by constructing some brick walls. You can build brick walls by returning to the walls and doors menu. Press left. Okay, we get to. But now I don't really know what to do. Right? Oh, so we'll have more doors coming in as well. Oh, thank you for getting rid of it. Auto lights must be on for us. I turn them off myself. I don't like them. In this case, I actually didn't do too bad. Sometimes they really do. Good work. Now add large jail doors to divide it. You'll need to rotate. What is it before you place it? By pressing left square, so, or left L3. No, I don't know why I said what I did. So that's the one. And if you're over here, when you do that, you have to do it again. So let's go fast again. What's up in the left or left? Does that tell me? What the heat is. That's looking good. We now need to designate the room type of each room in our new building so that everyone knows what each room is to be used for. Use the room to designate a cell in a smaller area where a condemned inmate will rest until it's time to perform. And then that's in the execution room itself in the larger area. So yeah, so here. Go over to the room and you go cell. There, and then over here. That execution. These new rooms have requirements before they become functional. The cell needs to contain a bed and a toilet at a bare minimum. Meet the legal requirements. The execution obviously needs and requires. If it is to be used to perform executions. If all these objects, yes, also pay very much attention. Usually they won't, if you do by room, they use it 1.5. All this, so you know, so if he's to use it, he's going to need to like that. And then of course we need the electric shirts. Very, unhumane way of execution. So now we're going to get everything. Don't know if that up there being storage. If it is, they've been planning this a while. They've been planning it a while. That's the essentials taking it, but there's still a few improvements you can make. So to you, though, these aren't super strict or required. It depends on how much you care about your prisoners and their environment. The cell itself could be improved with an outward-facing window and a small bookstore. Why? He ain't gonna be in there long. The facility will look better with a higher quality floor material, like foot and floorboards or whatever, say tiles. You get a tutorial prison, really don't care. Outside, you can add some lighting, a paved pathway if that you think it needs it. Why? The guy's being sentenced to die. I mean, seriously, what does he know? Need all this crap for? Some in this one guy might be a snitch. They got good stuff in themselves. This is the man in question, Edward Ramsey, a teacher once. Would you believe? It's not our place to decide if he deserves this. The law has made that decision. We're just here to do a job. Once you're satisfied the facility is ready, you can bring the prisoner transfer to his new cell. To place the cursor on the snapshot in the cell, press X in the Again, I don't really want to spend a lot of time on this, so we're just doing this. So now we're to the transfer. Obviously there's a camera. Those are good to have too. Don't shed one tear for this guy. He's a stone cold killer. Guilty as charged. He even confessed. Want to know what he did? It's juicy stuff. It was around 11 p.m. The lights were already on. I knew she was home. Then you just actually see it unfold. I guess these are lights. I've been wondering what those are. Or I never figured place it. It's nice stuff here. You're doing that. You first should have locked to shut the door. I was just saying. I knew I'd catch you two here. Edward, don't. Just don't. What are you going to do? What are you playing? Play Twitter. Well, you asked for. Guess we don't play them divorce. As I learned playing a little bit for the second one, they actually tie together, so it's interesting to do this. Clear as day, if you ask me. Observes every vote he's going to get. Deserves every vote he's going to get, sir. All men deserve forgiveness, even him. Are you sure? So sure in yourself that you can deal without such final judgment. Get your wife with another man is no excuse for what he did. And he went there with a loaded gun, knowing that he'd find them together. That's double premeditated murder. He's done nothing but cooperate with the authorities. The state's making an example of him. If he had committed his crime 100 miles north, he'd be looking at life imprisonment. So how is that just... Do you want a guy like this running free? I'll see you just fine at night when I know he's gone. It's pretty nice, yard. Good work so far. However, there's one of the extremely isn't operational yet because it doesn't have any power. We need to connect it directly to the power station that sludge our prison with its electricity. That's about what a toilet is. And I can't lock the water, so they must have been planning it. We're now viewing the prison in the underground view. In this menu, you can see the electrical wiring layout for the entire prison. Each building in the prison is connected to the power grid by these thick underground electrical cables shown in green. And that thing is almost a max. Power is provided to the prison by this power station, which draws electricity from the national grid. Yeah. So this entire cell block is without power. To fix this problem, we first need to switch back to the underground to understand why the lights are without power. Easy, because it's not connected. I'd seen that. The nearest electrical cables are too far away. Our engineers can't complete the wiring for this area. You need to extend the electrical cables nearby to cover this wing of the prison. To construct new electrical yeah, blah blah, Simbus. Place electrical cables in the highlighter to provide for the cell back ASAP. Okay. So we go to power supply. You can't use this one. You could. You would. Because I really have funny how this wasn't red, but all the toilets were. I can't go back to fastest. So the workmen did their job. Now I need to extend that down there. Lights aren't the only thing that needs power. You need your new electric does too. Use some more electrical cables to connect the execution facility to the power station. The electric shell is a special type of electrical. It requires its own dedicated power. That means that you'll need to connect it up directly with electrical cables. Okay, so yeah. Again. Got that. But everything else don't. See this stuff down here doesn't, because of course this should juice this without being connected. I wouldn't want to go in there. Just say the lights came on. We're almost done, I think. We should test the new conduction room at least once before we try to use it too. And if you, I'm going to turn it on for you to make sure everything's okay. If you didn't notice, the power, like I said about the power station, this is gold filled. I knew it the first time I seen it. So it's going to take a lot of power. So we need some more capacitors. And now the whole... Well, that didn't work. Looks like we drew too much power and tripped the circuit breaker in the power station. The whole prison is started. We're going to need more juice to be able to handle the power spike that the electric generates. Yeah, you are. Addy, why you got so many bloody cables? You have to do you have to connect those to each one? Man, that's what I've been doing wrong. Adding capacitor to our power station allows it to handle have more electrical lines connected to. Build 3 more capacitors on this power station so it has enough capacity to handle us turning on the electric. Sure. That actually we need, yeah. So we go to power, and then we do boom, boom, boom. Okay, now we've made those improvements, we should be able to get the power back up and running. So let's give it a go. Switch the power station back on by placing the cursor and pressing X. Okay, so... Okay, this... Looks like the lights are back on all over the prison, which is a good sign. Now we need to test the electric share again and hope the power station copes with the extra load this time. Testing the electric share is easy, you just need to switch it on. Place it over and press the X button. Okay, I will. Something wrong. Okay. Well done. I believe we are finished with this job. What happens now is out of our hands. We did a professional job, and that's important in our business. Try not to worry about what happens next. Get enough cynicism on it. It's called Faces of Death. It is. Oh, it's the reason this one went out. I don't think anywhere uses this anymore. There is. I don't think there's a good thing. Maybe Texas, and I don't even know what day it would be. Very inhumane way to do it. It's the reason they use lethal injection. Gas chamber is also very brutal. Can I help you? Oh, this is... Are you looking for forgiveness? I don't know. I have to do something. I can't live with the things I've done. You have to turn yourself in. Whatever you've done, you cannot evade the consequences. You'll never be able to live with yourself until you face up to your past. I want to go back. I want to forgive her. I want her to forgive me. God will forgive you no matter what you have done if you ask Him to. But you must answer for your crimes in the eyes of the law. There's no other way. This time, Edward, you have done the right thing, even though this world will not forgive you for it. You'll be with God soon. He will have the final judgment on you. Come with these guards from my prison I'm making. Nice big guards right here. Don't know little fellas. Of course, this is somewhat done right, but there's obviously part of this missing. There's no viewing chamber, which they would have. Not sure, electric sure if it's right there or if it's something between, because I know they say the smells would get you. Nah, first I had to take the glasses off. They'd shave you bald and they I think it's tape they put over the eyes for a reason. Ed Ramsey have been found guilty of the 2 counts of murder in the 1st degree. The penalty is death. Do you have anything to say? Susan, I'm sorry. She might hear you. And that was first scenario is done. I don't think we'll do the second one right quite yet. That one's a little longer. Lot you gotta do on it. Hope you've been enjoying this. Mash like, subscribe, leave comments. Yeah, I'm testing the new mic. I do want to do some F1 because there's a lot I gotta do there. Palermo, that's connected. That's probably connected. Conviction, so that would be coming back. There's not like 5 on, but you get the idea. Oh, don't do that. I want to shoot this first. Sorry.